I kind of thought I should make this video just to kind of give my thoughts on everything. Today, April 26th, it marks the 1 year release since Avengers Endgame has released to theaters. And I kind of just wanted to go on like a little ramble, kind of how has the film really put up after a year of, coming out. So this is just kind of me, non scripted, just giving my full on thoughts of what I think of this movie. A year later, obviously, um, a little backstory. I saw the movie Friday, the day it came out. I couldn't go watch it Thursday because back then I went up to Universal Studios on the Thursday it came out, and unfortunately I couldn't see it Thursday, so I had to wait until Friday until to see the movie. So I waited until Friday, and it was very early in the morning. I remember watching. Oh, I remember going to the IMAX theater because you always got to experience these big movies in IMAX. I did it with Infinity War. I did it with Civil War. I did it with Star Wars. IMAX is always the way to go. So, um, you know, I remember sitting down like 30 minutes because me and my group of friends at the time, we got there and we sat there early. And, I remember we're just watching, you know, stuff on Instagram, like people spoiling it. And I remember I wasn't really on social media during that time. So I remember watching it and I was just like, I remember seeing clips that I have saved of like the road to Endgame where it showed like all of the movies from Iron Man to Captain Marvel leading up to this big moment. And I remember thinking to myself, like, besides Infinity War, we have never really had a movie where it's like everyone coming together, sort of that kind of movie. And I know like Star Wars and Jurassic Park or World have really done that, but never with Marvel. We never really had this one big Marvel movie, and just something this big to really experience in our life. So I remember watching the movie, um, and was blown away by like ever since the start. You see Hawkeye's family disappearing, setting his character arc for this movie. Then you see Tony with Nebula, and things like that. And it's not really a recap. It's again how it is 1 year later, but I'm just kind of retelling it real quick. And some of the best memories of the movie, from what I remember with the audience, was there's four specific parts. So the first one was um, it was when they go back in time and they go back to 2012 Avengers. That one was really fun. Whole crowd going wild for that. That was one. Second one was the Black Widow's death. Was it Black Widow's death? I think it was. And me being a longtime fan, of course, I cried. When I rewatched it, I don't really get sad, especially since the fact that her movie's coming out later on, which I'll get into a little bit later. So we kind of had that, and then obviously you have the final battle, which is the biggest part of the movie. You have Thanos attacking the big three, stuff like that. I remember seeing what is it, Cap getting Mjolnir. That's gonna be without a doubt top five like best MCU moments is Cap being worthy. So that's one. Um, what else? Oh, and then obviously in the big portal scene, and before that portal scene, besides Infinity War, it's like we never had these characters together. And even then in Infinity War, we never had everyone together. Because in Infinity War, everyone's separated. So it's like when we're finally here in this big moment, it's like you're seeing all 11 years worth of hard work and effort all in once. And it's truly amazing. It's truly beautiful. And I love the portal scene. Cap saying Avengers Assemble finally, biggest moment of all time. So that was the biggest one. And what else? And obviously the battle itself was amazing. Tony Stark's death. Every time I rewatch it, I always somehow manage to shed one tear, just because Robert Downey's Jr. Um, iteration of Iron Man is perfect and will never be top. Like no one can ever do that. And obviously the characters endings and new characters. Steve Rogers' end was very good, and everyone else was just amazing. And the movie was overall a masterpiece. We never seen nothing like that, and I don't think we will ever see anything like this. At least for another 10 to 15 years. Like we will never get a big, crossover and like I don't even know. I don't know. Who knows? Especially with everything going on in this world. So how is it 1 year later? This was a very big question that I was thinking. It's like, is it better? Is it worse after it? And honestly, it's better. At least it's gotten way better. I mean, for one, Avengers Endgame is the number one box office movie of all time. It was recently held by Avatar, but then when Avengers Endgame got re-released, it managed to beat it by just a little bit. And if you're not counting inflation, because if you are counting inflation, Avatar wins. But if we're talking like how much money it made at the time compared to now, it's like Avengers Endgame wins number one. Yeah, Avengers Endgame is number one, but that's not in counting in inflation. So we have this kind of thing of like now we're living in a time where not much movies are being put out and there's not many stuff going on. Everybody's bored at home. So that's actually a reason why I did this video. It's just like, oh, forgot. But yeah, this movie, like after all this time, still holds up very well. The characters, the plot, the action scenes, the music. I mean, this movie is nothing short but just a masterpiece. It is without a doubt the best movie ever. I mean, it just is. Getting back to it, the movie is it's really amazing. I still see people like praise it for all of its glory, and it really does. Like this movie is such a big impact on society, especially in today's age where not a lot of people are doing much, and it's actually been proven that like since the movie's on Disney Plus has definitely been getting more people, and it recently reached 50 million subscribers. And a lot of people are saying that a big portion of that is for the Marvel section. So, good job, Disney Plus, for 50 plus million users, active users, to be more specific. But, you know, uh, really looking back, I wish I could go back, first day, crying, happy, sad, all that. I really wish I could go back to that day, but you can't. And honestly, I'm just happy that I had an amazing time with friends who I still somewhat have, and I'm just thankful that Marvel gave us this amazing experience that we will always remember, especially like the die-hard Marvel fans, that we will always remember with us until like the end of time. Like this movie will go down in history as one of the greatest movies of like history. And yeah, I'm probably gonna go watch it later. That's probably gonna be my plan, to just go watch the movie and just really um thank the movie for all that's done. Like thank you for everyone and their involvement. And yeah, Avengers Endgame. 1 year later, does it still hold up? Hell yeah. I mean, why wouldn't it? But See y'all in the next video.